Hi, this is Myra with Boutique Paint. Happy New Year. I bought a mat to help cure resin, and I wanted to play with it on camera so that you can experience with me if this is going to work or not. The reason why I went with a mat instead of a container thing is I just saw trying to move a mold into some sort of container or pour the resin while it's sitting in kind of a container. It looked difficult to me. It looked like I was going to make a mess. And I'm good at making messes, but that's not really anything to be bragging about. So I decided to get the mat, and it comes in this bag. It comes with the mat, the cord, the instructions. So when you're done, you just roll it up. It doesn't take up that much space. And you can see it's got these little risers on the back, which is good because then it will keep whatever surface you have underneath cool. So let's get it plugged in. I hope you had a good holiday week. 2 weeks. It's been a while since I talked to you last. So, all right, then we're gonna just get this plugged in. And then I'm going to get ready to pour the resin. And I'm going to use this. There's a project that I want to do for Valentine's Day that I have an idea for. So I want to make sure that the mat works first. So clear resin, since everybody's starting to use the clear resin instead of the 10-minute white resin, which takes no time whatsoever to use and is fabulous. This stuff takes 24 to 48 hours to cure, and I personally do not have the patience for such things. And so when I first started doing selling IOD, of course that was the first resin I tried because I didn't know there was any other resins on the market. So after waiting 24 hours for the resin to cure, I thought, nuts to this. And I thought, well, I'll just use clay. And then all of a sudden we had this 10-minute resin, and who doesn't like a quick 10 minutes, you know, to get your product done and have something that's hard and rigid. This is an older bottle of resin, and I am hoping it will work. I thought I had newer stuff, but in the clear, it's seeming very chunky, but we will see. And it's also seeming very yellow, but the second one I had, which was the same thing, was even more yellow. So we will see if this even turns out. But I don't think resin's supposed to look like this. But like I said, it's been forever since I've used clear. Well, it's mixing up good enough. So hopefully this is enough to do one of these. So go ahead. It's got lots of bubbles, something you don't want. Sorry if you can see my lights flickering. I do not know what's going on with my one light. It's got a little strobe thing going on. I went to buy a kit that had what I thought had lights in it, and then after I checked out, they said no, it doesn't include the lights in this set. I'm like, then you shouldn't be picturing it. All right, well, that's good to know that a full pour of this works in these. But that is a ton of bubbles, which might be a cool effect, but I don't think it's what we're wanting. So we're going to find the torch. And you can see it's debubbling the top. It's not really getting the underneath part. Let's see if we can get some more bubbles to pop. See if I can get some of those to pop, because that's a lot. Okay, from here, we want to turn the mat on, and then we want the temperature. That's too high. We want it at 176, and then we want time. And we're going to do it for, I'm going to put it for 4 hours. Since I don't really know how long it's going to take, or if this is even going to work with this particular batch of resin. So I'm going to set it at 4 hours. And then I'm going to come back in 2 hours and check it. And then I'll come back also in 4 hours and check it and see where we're at. So I came out. It's been an hour and a half. We're up to temperature. Oops. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up there. I have a little bit of bubbling going on here, which is a little strange. But you can see it is curing. So it's definitely curing from the bottom up. And maybe that's one of the advantages of having a full enclosure, is then it works a little bit like convection, and it doesn't all over. But I can put my finger in it, and this is only an hour and a half into it. So I'm excited that it is working. Something to also keep into consideration with this is the temperature of the space that you're using the mat in. It's a little chilly out here where I'm at, and it's probably 60, I want to say 67, which is a little chilly, than a house, inside the house right now. So that would probably slow down the process, but I'm very excited about what I'm seeing. I still have a ton of bubbles, and I'm really thinking it is my casting resin being old and not mixing up well. So I will try new resin, but as far as the curing, I'm really liking what's happening here. The fact that I can tap this and it's only been an hour and a half is awesome. We're now about 2.5 hours into the process, and it's still sticky, but I'm going to just kind of see if it will release, and it is. The mold is warm, so you got to be careful. And hopefully, yeah. There's a lot of bubbles, but I'm positive that is because I have resin that is old. I think it might have gotten too cold or too hot or whatever. I know that it can be affected. It's very, very warm to the touch. It's not 100% cured because it's still very flexible, but it definitely speeds up the process, which is really fun. So let's see. Oh, it just says 4 hours. I was hoping, I was hoping it was going to tell me exactly how long I had this setting on there for. So it does work, and it's really nice because I don't have the patience. I know a lot of you are the same way as far as waiting for, your product to cure when you're wanting to do a project. So yeah, I'm excited to actually do a project with this. We will do that next week. In the meantime, I'll just let this cure. I think I'm just going to flip it over and I'm going to turn this off and let it cool down. But I'm super excited about this. If you have any questions about this, I will link. I got this off of Amazon, and I will link the product down below. It was $50 some. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm super pumped about this. I'm very, very excited about getting good resin and trying it again. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye.